All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday night call. Thank you so much for hopping on, spending some time with us tonight. We will Zoom, pun intended, right through this information tonight. And we're so glad that you're here. So thank you, thank you. It's December 12th. We are 13 days away from Christmas for those that celebrate. And so the hustle is real. And so is the busyness of the season, and so is the tiredness of the season, right? But one thing is for sure, everybody still likes their houses to smell good, especially over the holidays when it's going to be filled with family and people coming and going. And even if there's not people filling your house, you still like your house smelling good. And so that's one of the beautiful things of Scentsy, about Scentsy, is that it doesn't matter what time of year, day or night, man or woman, young or old, we like our spaces to smell good. And that's why we have endless opportunities for customers, because who doesn't like things to smell good? Is it funny? Have you noticed, now that you sell Scentsy, and some of you, of course, you've sold Scentsy forever, so it's second nature. But now that you sell Scentsy, do you notice when you walk into spaces that don't have Scentsy and you're like, oh my gosh, it stinks in here?
Yep.
Are you like more hyper? I know I am. I'm so
Yep.
hypersensitive now to spaces that don't smell good that I can't even. I'm like, why does every single person in this world not have Scentsy? Because I can't. I am way more in tune to spaces that don't smell good because I'm so used to living in spaces that smell good that I'm like, oh, there's Scentsy. There is opportunity everywhere, I'm telling you. So anyhow, bringing it back around. So we are in the home stretch to the end of the year. The end of the year, isn't that crazy? So just because the Scentsy shipping cutoff happens in a couple of days, two things I want to say to that. One, that doesn't mean that the workstation shuts down and that you can't still place orders. Two, just from experience, now don't hold me to this and say, well, Melissa said, but in my experience in the past, I have been able to place orders after the shipping cutoff and have them still arrive in a timely fashion. So that's not to say to make any kind of promises to anybody, customers, and that's not me making a promise to you. But even though we have a shipping cutoff, that doesn't mean that you can't place orders and you won't still receive them. Anyway, anything that I'm ordering for anybody right now, I ask, do you need this by a certain date? And most of the people that are ordering right now say, no, I don't need it by a certain date. And so, so that's just an FYI. Let's cover a couple announcements, couple things to call your attention to, just in case you haven't visited the workstation news tab in a couple of days. Right now, we do have the early access for the Mardi Gras collection. Jackie's giving the testimonial that the Mardi Gras collection is amazing.
All 5 of them. Super great. All are going in my club. That is no lie.
Okay, all 5 are amazing. But you really like bakery scents.
Yeah, but they're not all bakery.
Okay, but I'm just saying there you really just to give frame of reference.
Oh yeah,
your
my wheelhouse
is the bakery
bakery
category, but you loved all 5 and not all 5 were bakery.
No, I would say, but they're on the sweet side. So that would be, one smells a little bit like cologne-ish, but yeah, they are good.
Ryan backs you up and says all 5 are amazing. This is kind of a prime example, right? We can't gauge who's going to like what just based on if we like something or not. Because, for instance, the Willy Wonka bar, very fruity, very sweet, right? Those 3 scents that came in the Willy Wonka packaging. So not necessarily my cup of tea, but I love the packaging and I ordered one to have so that I could show some people. And because of showing and them smelling, I did sell 3 Wonka bars that I had to order because I wasn't carrying those. And again, testament to, you never know what people are going to like and you never know who is going to purchase, but I was sure to get that wax under people's noses. And I will tell you that Wonka package created a lot of what the heck is that? And people were really impressed with the presentation of it. And I had no problem selling those for $21 for 3 bars of wax in that cute packaging. So, yeah, and things smell different to everyone. Yes, Heidi, you're correct. And, yeah, it's, oh gosh, I wish I could, Rand, that reminds me of when we were at Superstar Director Summit and they put a few of us up on stage to do the blind smelling, where they covered our eyes and we had to smell things and then had to say what we thought they smelled like. And almost everybody on the panel that was doing it said that each scent smelled like something else. So it was things smell differently to different people. It's amazing how much your eyes play a part, or all of your senses, maybe not your ears when you're smelling, but your eyes really play a part. Like if I'm smelling a blue bar, it changes, like what am I trying to say? Like you smell, okay, let me say it this way. Let me say it this way. I have smelled bars that Scentsy has not put the color into yet. And it's very difficult for me, without knowing a name and a color, to know what I'm smelling. But the moment a name is associated, or the moment a color is associated, then my mind can kind of get into the space of what I'm smelling, if that makes sense. Like I know if I'm smelling a bar that's brown, my mind kind of knows where to go on what I'm expecting. It's either going to be like leather, or it's going to be bakery or vanilla, or, but when you're smelling vanilla bean buttercream or mocha doodle without dye in it, and you don't know what color the bar is, it kind of messes with the way that what you think you're smelling. But anyway, my nose was way different than a lot of other people's on the panel, because all I could smell in one of these was cold pizza. Like that's all I could smell. And it was something completely not even in the realm or spectrum of cold pizza. And I don't remember what it was. It might've been dirty socks is maybe what the scent was, but I just could smell, to me, it smelled like an Italian dinner. I don't know. So yes, everybody likes different things. Everybody's noses smell things a little bit differently, but just because you don't like something, we all know this, doesn't mean somebody else wouldn't like it. So anyhow, bringing us back, the Mardi Gras collection is early access. That will be available in January, but you can get your hands on those now. Perfect for making samples. Don't forget, we have the holiday brick deal going on until the 31st of the month, where the holiday bars that are shaped like Christmas trees, you can now get 2 of them for $30. So that's $15 a bar. Really good deal. Not bar, brick. What were you gonna say, Cass?
Go ahead.
What'd I say wrong?
Nope, you're good. I was just gonna do the thing of the 2 that have sold out, so that way they
Yes, please do. Out. 2 of them are sold out.
So Cozy Kitchen Brick and Forever Flannel Scentsy Brick has sold out. So therefore, there's also, the 5 brick bundle. Can't do the 5 brick bundle anymore.
Thank you.
But you can also get those in your club in a regular size bar.
Yes. Yes. So if you didn't know that, you can get those scents as a regular size bar and add them to Sensey Club. Do you like that? Regular size.
You can do the 2 brick bundle in post rewards too, which is a bonus.
Oh, that is a huge bonus. So
yep, I did that at a party. I
do that
Monday.
What was that? I missed that.
Half off.
No, under your host rewards.
Under credit.
Under credit.
Credit, you can do the 2 for $30, but you can't do it as a half off.
No.
So, and then I think last week we covered that scent of the month they're taking scent and warmer of the month. They're taking 1 bar away and replacing it with a pack of pods. So we already covered that. And Bring Back My Bar bundles are early access right now. So you can get that bundle so that you can get ahead to be able to promote those for January. Remember, one of the biggest hooks with Bring Back My Bar is getting people to love a fragrance and then be able to add it to their Scentsy Club. You can add those bars, even though they're only back for 30 days. People fall in love with any of the bars from Bring Back My Bar. they can then add them to a Scentsy Club. One of the bars that is probably one of the most asked for fragrances in my career is patchouli. People ask for patchouli all the time. And so if you have any customers that love patchouli or have asked you about patchouli, or if you're newer, you might not know yet who likes patchouli or who doesn't, but I will tell you that patchouli has not been offered by Scentsy in a very long time. And so letting people know that patchouli is going to be available from January 1st through the 31st may get you some sales. So take a look at that Bring Back My Bar list. It is on your workstation news tab. In fact, since I have it in front of me, let's just announce which bars will be coming back in January. So the 20 winning fragrances that are coming back are Amaretto, Awakening. And if you don't know what any of these, like if Awakening doesn't mean anything to you, you can always go to Google and type in Awakening Scentsy Bar and a description will come up. So that's a little fun fact for you. There will be plenty of descriptions that come up. Bananas, Bananas is coming back. Caramel Sugar Cone, which, by the way, Caramel Sugar Cone was one of my bars that I always paired with Johnny Appleseed to make a caramel apple. So I always sold those as a 2-pack bundle. So 2 bars for $12 makes caramel apple. So Caramel Sugar Cone, Cranberry Mango. That's a scent that was around about when I joined, Andrea. That's one of the early scents. Very popular, Cranberry Mango. Crazy Coconut, Disney's Buzz Lightyear to Infinity and Beyond. Disney Twitter Pated. Everything Nice. Falling Leaves. Frosted Ginger Cookie. Lavender Vanilla. Lana Sarah. Peony Petals. Red Cedar and Sage. Simply Patchouli. Toasted apple butter, toasted caramel sugar, vanilla walnut, whipped vanilla pear. Those are the 20 scents coming back. And then the 5 additional bonus bars that are coming back are blood orange spice, cinnamon, which smells exactly like big red gum, lots of lavender, strawberry sweetie, and Twilight. Twilight is another like customer cult favorite. There are a lot of customers out there that loved the Twilight Scentsy bar. So the early access bundle is available now. It is $127. You get 126 PRV on that. So remember, you get commission on that early access bundle. It includes one of each winning Bring Back My Bar Scentsy bars. The early access bundles are limited to 2 per consultant and are not eligible for host rewards. Laura, you'll just have to Google the descriptions. I'm not a good person to describe what things smell like. Cindy Abraham, did you want to jump in and say anything about the Bring Back My Bar samplers?
So I'll do a post in my VIP page about them getting like early access. And I charge $12 and they get 2 mystery bars from the Bring Back My Bar bundle. I can share a post of what I post. But yeah, that's what I do so that I can at least get some more additional PRV in by the end of the month.
Thank you. And I think something that might be fun to do, and you could do this on your VIP page, is post the list of the scents coming back and have and do kind of what Cindy just said, where people could claim 2 of the bars, and when they're gone from the sampler. So that's a way to get, to get people engaged. Say, here's the 25 that are coming back. Put your, claim 2 of them in the comments. I'll put your name next to it. Let's try to claim the whole bundle. So, and however you wanted to do it, but you could do something fun for engagement and getting people to try something that sounds good, or maybe that they wouldn't have tried otherwise. And it's kind of a fun community activity, right? To get people excited. So I think actually I will do that. I have some,
not to cut you off, sorry.
No, go.
I do have some posts like scheduled in my VIP page, and what I do is like when they post, I usually copy them and paste them into the mock group. So I'll definitely be sharing those. I do kind of do like that. I do like a post where I share, you know, what scents are coming back. I share that whole flyer of all 25 cents and like which 3 are their top favorites. And then I do a post about the 2 getting 2 bars early access kind of thing. But I always wait till after the 15th. I always wait till after the cutoff to post those.
So 127 divided by 25, right? So the sampler, you're getting all 25, right? In the sampler, it says that?
Yeah.
So that's making each bar of wax $5 each.
And
Yeah,
2
so
of
I
them are
try to
Disney
do-
bars, so.
And 2 are Disney bars. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just charge $12, $6 a piece for each bar, and I just do $12 bring back my bar mystery things, and then the 25th bar I'll usually cut up and make samples and put a sample in each bag.
Love it. That's great. Remember, the tactic with Bring Back My Bar is to get people hooked on something that's not available for long, to get them to add it to their Scentsy Club or to create a Scentsy Club because of it. So
Yeah, so you could even put a flyer about Sensey Club in the bags so that each one of those customers are getting it.
yeah. And something specific that says if you love this scent, it's available through the end of this month or always if you add it to a Scentsy Club subscription. So our customers just don't know about Scentsy Club enough. There's just not enough education. I know I don't do the most perfect job of educating my customers all the time about Sensey Club, but remember, people have to hear things like 7 to 9 times before they actually even start paying attention. So pushing Sensey Club, that is a really, really great way to have PRV that comes automatic. People, customers can set those up every 3 months, every 2 months, or every month. That frequency can be set. And that's Scentsy packages their Scentsy Club and ships it right to their doorstep, and you get the credit for it. So long as they signed up with you for Scentsy Club. But that's a really great way to have some supplemental PRV without even thinking. So Scentsy Club is a really, really good sales tactic. Okay. So last minute, this is last minute Scensying, right? We have a couple days till the cutoff. Again, that doesn't mean that your doors close. You still are able to take orders and place orders even after the shipping cutoff. That's just Scentsy guaranteeing that the packages will leave the warehouse in enough time to arrive before Christmas, before the 25th. Of course, they can't guarantee if there's a snowstorm and UPS or FedEx delays the packages, but just because there's a shipping cutoff, again, that doesn't mean that you can't place and take orders. That doesn't mean that orders won't still arrive for you. And again, a lot of customers actually don't mind if it's coming after the holidays, if the item is coming after the holidays. So don't close your business just because there's a shipping cutoff, is kind of the big thing. So what are you guys doing? What are you in the process of doing right now? Do you have more orders to close? Do you have an order to close before the shipping cutoff? If not, can you put one together before the shipping cutoff? Do you have customers that want to place any orders last minute? Do you have any product on hand at all, even if it's just a few items that came in your starter kit that you can offer as last minute gifts? I venture to say if you have been a Scentsy consultant for, I don't know, even a month, you probably have a couple products that are sitting around that you can offer to your customers as a last minute gift. So where are your sales coming from in the next couple of days or throughout the rest of the month? I know a couple people on here are hosting open houses. I had mine last weekend. It was amazing. Amazing. I told you I put that together in 6 days and it was amazing. We have two, Debbie and Cindy are hosting open houses this coming weekend. Carol has an event on Saturday. That's awesome. Who else? What else? Planning on doing my first open house on the 22nd. Good for you, Ryan. That's awesome. There is magic in people having an opportunity to smell. There is always magic getting scent under people's noses. So, which means having people in person. And you have a couple events coming up too, Ryan. That's awesome. Wish I could think of a place other than my home. Well, people do sniff and sips all the time at Starbucks. Starbucks, coffee shops, all kinds. Bookstores. There's a superstar director that holds a lunch sip and sniff at Barnes and Noble every single month. So you just have to think a little bit outside of the box based on what's in proximity to you. Because there are Starbucks asked me to leave when I was there with my laptop. Well, then that's your Starbucks. Because how many people go to Starbucks and work from Starbucks? I've never heard. Find a different coffee shop. I'm sure there's others that would be happy to have you sit there and especially if other people were meeting you. People have business meetings at Starbucks all the time. Or meetings. I mean, that's must just be that location because sangria and Scentsy at my open house between Christmas and New Year's. Awesome. Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, people are still into being social, getting together. Especially during this time where people are like, I'm just gonna be social and hang out till the end of the year. Like it's, then January 1st hits and everybody feels like, all right, now I got to get back into a groove. But a casual sip and sniff over the holidays is perfect. Bringing testers with you, having testers or some things with you as you are doing your holiday travels or making the rounds to see family over the holidays, not being Scentsy naked. Making sure that you have some catalogs with you and make sure that you have testers with you because you never know what opportunity could present itself. You never know. Especially if this is your first holiday season as a Scentsy consultant with the ability to have testers and be able to place orders for your family and friends. This is a really great opportunity for you to get scent underneath their noses. I'm not asking you to turn your holiday events into a Scentsy party by any means. I'm not asking anybody to overshadow their holiday festivities with Scentsy, but I know with my own family gatherings, there's some downtime where people are just kind of sitting around and, if that's the case, then it's a time for you to pull out testers and enjoy fragrance together. And it helps you find out what your family and friends like. That's always fun. So, okay, let me check and see.
Sometimes when I'm with family and I get a Scentsy order like through my email, I'll announce it. Like it's the best thing that's ever just happened, which it is. So I'll be like, oh my God, I just got a Scentsy order. And then they're like, oh yeah, I forgot. I wanted to get blah, blah, blah. So you're not like fishing for orders, but you're just kind of reminding them. They see how excited you get over an email, and they get excited with you. And then they say, oh yeah, I meant to order whatever from you.
Yeah. Yep. I want to show you guys something, and this is going to be, just give me 1 second. I got to grab it. And this is probably going to be, this is going to be old news to many of you that are used to me and Sensey, because you do this in your own businesses. But just because, or it isn't just because of the holidays that my packages look like this. So this customer, she's picking this up tomorrow. It's just a warmer, but my packages are always wrapped like gifts, always. And I got this fun tape that says it's here, but always, always, everything that leaves my hands is packaged really cute. And I want to show you. So remember a couple weeks back, where is it? Because I know I put it in here. Now I'm unwrapping her. Okay. I know that I showed you a couple weeks back. I think it was a couple weeks back. These really cute little folders that I put together. I know those of you on Cubicle are going to be like, stop showing us this, because I'm so dang proud of these that I can't stop talking about them. It has made me so excited about my business. But these little folders, this is just scrapbook paper that I folded into a little folder. See, now I'm so proud of it. I'm going to tear my custom. Oh no, it just ripped the sticker. I was going to tear them apart and show you. I'm still going to do it.
You're so bummed that you have to redo it now, Melissa.
I love these so much. I am doing this all the time. Okay. So these were my ones for over the holidays. This is just a piece of scrapbook paper that I folded. And inside of here, so on the front, it just says, "'Tis the season for happy noses." And on the inside, I have some wax samples that I just stuck to. I printed the description of the wax samples. And these I just made out of using the Scentsy silicone molds. You could use any kind of molds. You don't have to use any molds at all. You can cut just a piece of a cube. Doesn't matter. I use the little adhesive bags, and I just pull the adhesive off of the little bag and stick it right to the piece of paper. But that's in there. And then I have behind it a catalog. I have the warmer of the month, warmer and scent of the month, monthly special flyer in there. Something cute that I did for my customers this holiday season is just a postcard that says, "Let's keep in touch." And on the front side, I put some gift wrapping tips with a little paper cutter, a little letter opener, but I put a label on the back of the letter opener so that it's branded. I didn't have these custom printed. I didn't get nothing special. It's just my bar label is on the back of the cutter. But so that was my little cute thing that I did for the holidays. And then I have a scratch and sniff sheet. That's it. But I used to just throw all of this material into the bag. Now it's cute and contained in this adorable little folder that I put in, you know, the plastic sleeves that the scent stickers come in. I repurpose those. And so I take the scratch and sniff stickers out of them and I repurpose these little bags, and I put this folder in this bag. And that is what goes in with every single one of my orders. And to me, it makes me so proud because who isn't going to open this? If everything's just thrown in the bag, it's very easy for people to just look past it and get their warmer out of the bag. But it's thick and there's samples in it. Who's not going to open this because it looks like a present? And that's what I want them to do. I want them to open it to see all of the goodies that I've put inside. But every order that leaves my hands looks like this. It is wrapped. There is tissue paper. I mean, not wrapped. I mean, the warmer's just in here. Labeled, of course. But tissue paper and then one of these. And as soon as the holidays are over, I'm changing this to just, I'm going to go springy, even starting in January, changing this to just springy paper, but doing the same exact concept. And it's just a folded piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. You know how you can buy the pads at the craft store? Super easy. And it just makes for a really nice presentation. One thing about these samples that I wanted to tell you. So I like using the silicone molds because to me, I'm all about presentation. It's just me personally. And so an easy way that I found that you can make samples with silicone molds is I just took a bar of wax and I cut each cube into 4. So you know how you have 8 cubes in a bar? I broke all the cubes off in the bar. Then I took a cutter and I cut each cube into 4 and just placed those pieces into the silicone molds. So I didn't melt the wax ahead of time and then pour it in. Everybody has a different way for doing samples. This is just my way. But I didn't melt it ahead of time. I just put the little pieces that I cut off into the silicone molds, put the silicone mold on a cookie sheet, put it in my oven on 200 for about 5 minutes, took it out of the cookie sheet, took it right outside into the cold and set it outside. And in about 10 minutes, popped them out of the mold and put them in the little bags. I was able to make samples in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. I made these samples. And so that's how I'm going to be doing all of my samples coming up for the next year. I am going to go back to sampling every single month because, again, getting fragrance under people's noses is so important. And I want to give them something that they can use in their warmers to try to hook them on new fragrances. But that's just my way of doing samples because I like to do things in the easiest way possible. And that's just my way. Anyway, while we're talking about some tips and tricks, and I want you guys to pop in too and share with us anything that is a tip or a trick of the trade we have. No, the molds do not melt because the molds are silicone for baking. So, you know, you can get candy molds that are silicone. You can get, a lot of them are marketed as ice cube trays that are silicone. But no, if it's silicone and it's only on 200 in the oven. So I will tell you something funny and stupid that I did when I was going to make the samples. And I was like, I had taken my bars out of my car. And so they were really cold. So I was like, oh, I need to warm these up just a little bit so that it's just a tiny bit easier for me to cut through them. Well, this is almost embarrassing. I know better. But anyhow, I was like, okay, how can I warm these up really quick? Well, the air fryer was on. Okay. So I just set, no, just wait. I set them on top of the air fryer because I was like, well, that'll warm them up just a little bit. Well, it didn't warm them up like I wanted them to. So when the food was done cooking in the air fryer, I was like, I'm just going to set these bars in the air fryer for like a minute just so that they can get a little bit warm. Well, then I forgot I put them in there. But here's what's funny. I only forgot for like 5 minutes. Okay. So I only wanted it in there for like a minute. I forgot for like 5 minutes. When I took the bar out of the air fryer, the wax was still solid. That was fine. But let me tell you how quickly our clamshells melt at a very low temperature. So the clamshell kind of vacuum sealed around the bar. It almost was like a shrinky dink. Do you remember shrinky dinks, you guys? So anyhow, I was like, maybe that wasn't my brightest moment. What was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. I was thinking just real quick in the air fryer, heat the wax just a smidge and make it a little bit more pliable, except then I got busy and walked away. Anyhow, where am I going with that? Silicone molds, they will not melt in the oven. Clamshells, different story. Somebody had posted on the Together We Scent page today about the easiest way to clean up spilled wax. And I wanted to tell you that that is one of the beautiful things about Scentsy. This is one of the things I love about Scentsy and why other crap wax, I'll say it, crap wax that you buy at the store that's not Scentsy. There's always a very noticeable difference in the cleanup when it's crap wax or when it's Scentsy. Because Scentsy wax is super pliable. So if you spill wax on any type of surface, like if you're like me and you overflow your wax dish when you put your cotton cleanup in the dish, anybody else do that? Sometimes, maybe. Okay. Well, if you get wax on any surface, it scrapes up really easily with the edge of a credit card or a license or whatever. Very easy, just scrapes up. If you spill it down the side of your warmer, and you want to clean that up, and if it doesn't wipe off, like some of the ones that are textured and it doesn't wipe off really well, use a hairdryer on high heat and some dry paper towel, and that will clean up the wax. That also goes for if you spill it down a wall. maybe not you, maybe your customers, right? Because we Scentsy consultants don't ever spill wax. I do all the time. If it's on the floor, if it's in the carpet, if it's on clothing, whatever, you can use a hair dryer on high heat and a dry paper towel and soak up the wax on wherever it is. You can also try the iron trick where you take an iron and a paper bag and you put the paper bag down over the top of the wax and then use the hot iron and it'll absorb. But anyway, that question gets asked a lot. It was just on Together We Scent today. Somebody was asking how you clean up wax. And so I was like, oh, that's a really good tip or trick to remind everybody. My favorite way is the hot hair dryer and dry paper towel. Something else to remind you, because this is not, I don't think this is stated anywhere, and you would only know this just by, I don't know, being a consultant or picking it up along the way, but you can get clear bags to pack your orders in for $1 for 10 of them when you put an order in on the Scentsy workstation. So if you're putting in a party order or an individual order on the workstation, you can't do it on the PWS, but you can add customer bags. It's a 10-pack of clear handle bags that'll fit warmers and wax. It's a 10-pack for $1, and you can add them to your orders. So that's just something I like to remind everybody, because even I sometimes forget to add bags to my orders, but I love using our clear handle bags. And yes, so you can add those to any order, and that is a business expense, just letting you know, because you're buying business supplies, but $1 for 10 bags. And a tip or trick is knowing your bundle and save packages so that you know when to upsell to customers. If somebody comes to you and says, I want 2 bars of Clean Breeze and 2 bars of clove and cinnamon, your next response to them needs to be, you buy one more bar, you get one free. I have rarely ever had anybody turn me down on that. Rarely. Because you say, buy one more, you get one free. People are like, okay, that's a no-brainer. So, but knowing your bundle and save deals is the only way you're going to know that. Knowing that many of the products are buy 5, get 1 free. That goes for the room sprays, the scent circles, the pods, the bars. What else am I forgetting that's buy 5, get 1 free? Did I catch them all? Room sprays, bars, scent circles, pods.
Car bars.
What?
Car bars.
Car bars, buy 5, get 1 free. Dryer discs, right?
Flowers.
Not anymore. Flowers are 3.
Yeah.
You want to buy, yeah. Fragrance flowers are in a 3-pack, but knowing your bundle and saves, it's really important, and it really helps you to upsell, or to not even upsell, but to make sure your customer is getting the best bang for their buck, is by knowing what to say. So somebody buys 4 room sprays, you can say the same thing. You buy 1 more room spray, you get 1 for free. Okay. All right. Did this jog, hey, old timers, did this jog any kind of tip or trick memory of yours? Well, I'm glad some of you didn't know about the clear bags, and that I feel like at least you can say, well, I learned one thing on Zoom tonight.
And do we just put in, like, what do you put in? Because you know how it goes. You put in one word and it says not available. Like, you have to put in a specific thing sometimes. What do you have to enter in order for that to come up?
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now exactly what
Thank you.
order. Somebody else add a tip or a trick.
Setting up a customer as business supplies for easy tax write-off, keeping it collected.
And so explain what that means, Melissa, for anybody that doesn't know what that means.
Sure. So set up a customer just like you would anybody else, but label it business supplies. So when you buy your Bring Back My Bar sampler packs, any of your other wax samples, your customer bags, anything that you use for your business, you buy putting it underneath that label. Then at the end of the year, you run a report on everything that customer bought, which is your business supplies. And it's easy tax deduction time for you.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you, Melissa. I do that as well. My customer is called Family Store. And I add the customer to my order, and then I put all of my business supply products underneath the Family Store cart, so that when I search order history at tax time for 2023, all I do is search the customer Family Store, and all of my expense orders come up in my order history. I have to see what, Rach, I think you just put something. Okay, I will tell you that in 1 second. Okay, if in an order you type in the word bags, type in bags. Hold on, let me let it focus. And there's 3 options right now that come up. One is out of stock. Those are cello bags of different sizes. The Harvest cello bags are on sale right now for I think that says $5.20, but customer order bags, $1. You do not get PRV. It's a business supply, but customer order, if you type in bags, that is what you want. They're the dollar bags, and they come in a 10-pack, and they're awesome. They're awesome.
Melissa,
Yeah.
if the other size bags that say Scentsy on them, they're $10 for, I think there's 25 or 50 of them in there. You just type in SACK, SACK.
So let's type in SACK. Okay, so what Mary Jane's referring to is there's larger bags.
No, these are smaller.
No, I'm saying there's 4 things that come up when you type SACK. There are really large consultant sacks. Those are $19, and I think you get 50 of those. I think 25 or 50. There's catalog bags that are branded that say Sensey. Those come up when you type in sacks. Little tiny zip sample sacks that are branded with Sensey. Those come up. And then a larger, like a kind of a mid-size bag, wouldn't necessarily hold a warmer, but much larger than a catalog bag. So those come up. Let me show you that. So those are the different sizes that come up when you type in the word sack. So sack or bag, if you type those in, you will get some options. And certain, okay, so Cassie's saying certain store items can't be added to party orders. Yes, certain ones can't, like clothing, sometimes.
That was in response to Laura's thing, because she was talking about personalized labels or something.
Yes, and personalized items, custom items you cannot add. You have to actually place those through the Family Store. Okay, where can I find the labels to put on the top of cotton cleanups? The ones that you put in the World Tour boxes. Okay, so let me double check that those aren't already added into files, but I will bump that post on Together We Sent, or I will re-upload it right after the call onto Together We Sent. I'll tag you in it. And then, so those, do I have a picture of those handy? I love those because people don't know what a cotton cleanup is. And I've been giving, anytime somebody buys wax, I will give 1 cotton cleanup. And actually, did you guys see that I posted the new postcard that I just did that says, how do you Sensey and how do you change your wax? I just created that the other night and I shared it onto the page. I'm having these, actually, I printed them myself front and back, but I have had a lot of customers over the holiday season that are new to Sensey. And in fact, I had a customer reach out and order something that she wants shipped to a friend of hers. And she told me the friend has never used Sensey before. And I said, well, then let me put an explanation on how Sensey works in her gift before I ship it out for you, which got me thinking, what would I include? Well, when all else fails, create it yourself. I don't know, or look for it. I just created it rather than going and looking for it. But I shared this with all of you and it's generic. It's on the Together We Sent page. The front side is this, and it says how Sensey works. Okay. And that's just, it's a postcard size. And if you print this on the back, it says, no more smell, time to change your wax. Because the biggest misconception that new customers do with Sensey is they add new wax to old wax. We don't do that around here. All you're doing is drowning out the good fragrance with the bad with the old fragrance. But it shows a cotton cleanup. So it shows a cotton cleanup in action, but it says don't have cotton cleanups, don't have Scentsy cotton cleanups. When the wax is still melted, drop a cotton ball into the warmer dish, typically 1 cotton ball per cube of wax, and let it soak up all the wax, then remove and toss in the trash. So I'm now going to include this in every order. In every single order. It will go in my cute little folders, but it's a great way to promote the cotton cleanups. Not only do I have a picture of it working in action, but they will also then have a cotton cleanup. And yes, Rach, to answer your question with this long-winded response, I will get you the little label that fits on the cotton cleanup. So, you know, on the cotton cleanup, one side has the Scentsy logo, then there's the tab, and then the other side behind it is blank. We have labels that fit in that blank space that's a half circle, that if you print on a circle and cut it in half, that you have 2 labels. You'll see when you see the image, but I stick one of those on every single cotton cleanup. Not if somebody buys the pack of 25 cotton cleanups, I don't label it. If they're buying the pack of 25 cotton cleanups, they typically know how to use the cotton cleanups. But if I'm giving away a cotton cleanup to somebody to use, it says how to use it right on this little label, and I will make sure to bump it or post it for you as soon as this call is over. Oh my gosh, we're at the top of the time. Look at, see, I could talk about Scentsy forever. It makes me so happy. Okay, I will stop boring you. Rand, are we doing a drawing? Okay, awesome. Look how fast that time went.
Really fast.
Maybe it felt like it to me. Maybe you were like, shut up already. Get on with.
Never, ever. Okay, Irene Newhouse.
Irene.
Congrats.
Yay. Perfect. Irene, congratulations on being our Zoom winner this evening. You guys, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us tonight. I hope that you picked up or were reminded of, picked up one new thing or reminded of something you may have forgotten. We do have Cubicle, our virtual workspace, work hours, right here on this Zoom tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And we will have our last call of 2023 next Tuesday night. So can you believe that? Isn't that crazy? So I will still get to see you one more week before we ring in the new year. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget your business does not close in December. Okay. You still can work your business. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Have a great night. See someone.
Good night, everyone. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks, everybody.
You bet.
Bye, guys.